They'll run on first down. Hodges, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Brooks. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try the left side. Norris. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And, partner, I'm going to make a quick pivot here and ask you to play general manager. It's well documented they're last in the league in offense, number 32. What changes might they make?
And this where you have to be almost like a chess master as a general manager, because you have a few things at your disposal that you need to use. Obviously, the draft, free agency. Maybe you can make some trades, but also look at your practice squad. Have you been grooming players to promote and give them an opportunity to play as well? That way, you start to supplement as well as replace guys that need it.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Brooks now off the play fake. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hodges. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Back to throw. Brooks. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Darren Reed picks it, and he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
On 1st down, it's Norris. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game. Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That's going to be caught by Harrison for a Chiefs touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Butker on for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll run on 1st down. Hodges. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Now Brooks to throw. To throw on 3rd down. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
They go play action here on 1st down. And going deep for Hill. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 91 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Brooks to throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
3 and out.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now a give right side. It's Norris. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd down and 1.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 21-0 our score after one.
Chiefs 21, Patriots nothing.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Buying time to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Norris. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And that will bounce out of bounds before they can get a return going.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
New England on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Brooks. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively. Brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Wait. Hustle, hustle. 0, Mike 3. Hey. Mike 3.
They're going to try and throw. That's to his running back, complete. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Back to throw. Brooks. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Ron Thornhill. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we? No. Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a first and goal.
Yellow. Yellow. Target. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Time to go, night.
Now Mahomes completes it to Hardman. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 3 yards is the gain that time, second and goal.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Fletcher Cox in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. So they're back at the 7 now for third and goal.
Here we go.
Mahomes now to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he is all the way up past the 25.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback. But you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
Second and 13. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And we we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Sack, baby! Sack!
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. He's going to fire one deep. He's got a man, complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. It's a big play there for the Patriots. 42 yards.
Touchdown, Patriots.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Brooks. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. The Patriots into the red zone for the first time. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. And he'll give it here to his running back. And get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
I don't even know why his team showed up. 0-0, Mike 3.
Watch the screen, watch the screen! Watch the screen!
Mike 3. Mike 3.
Here's Brooks. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Emmanuel Ogbah, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
3rd and long.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Back to throw. Brooks. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. So we have come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about half.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
Brings up 2nd down.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. It got his man complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Kansas City Chiefs.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half. just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. I got him.
From the 30 on second down, Mahomes under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Fletcher Cox, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Motion.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Meanwhile, here's a shot for the end zone right away, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Play.
On 2nd down now. It's Norris, and this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right, you look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Mahomes going to throw. And it is caught for a touchdown, Kansas City. Adam Shaheen with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 28-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 15, but it's 3rd down.
And the Chiefs showing a dime look as they defend this 3rd down.
Let's go, D, let's go.
Now Brooks. From the gun, he'll throw. He's got his tight end, Burton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 at a New England 1st down.
And the Patriot 1st down.
This quarterback now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. Brooks now operating from the gun. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Here we go.
Now Brooks to throw. Going to throw again. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Run it. Back six. Stop your whining.
Brooks throwing on 3rd and long. Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
It's now 4th down.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 45. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Mahomes to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Chief linemen might have moved. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long.
57. Mike, 57. All day, every day, any day. 57's the Mike. 57's the Mike. Let's get the ball. Hey, Ripley. 57's the Mike.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play.
Harrison Butker for the Chiefs field goal. A 59-yard attempt.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 38, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He's going to air one out. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one. I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hodges, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Brooks. And now here is another interception. He's picked off at his own 47. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Throwing now is Mahomes. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Norris. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Here's Brooks. From the gun, he'll throw. Fighting to stay upright. Able to push his way through. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now Brooks throwing on 4th down. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Hey, defense, let's go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turned into a nice play.
57 to Mike.
No gain on this defense, no gain.
57 to Mike. Mike 57.
Hey, watch the lane.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. Good job by their defense. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Brooks now to throw on 2nd down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Brooks to throw on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Brooks throwing again. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 44-yard line.
A gain of 21 yards. 1st down, New England.
So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On first down, Brooks. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's Brooks, throwing again on 2nd and 10. He's got the first down here inside the 30. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a first down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. But now it's third down. This one winding toward a conclusion. And how would you assess how the secondary has played?
Well, we just saw them take another shot downfield that was incomplete, correct?
Correct.
So my assessment is that if anyone's played really well in this game, it's been the secondary. That was the latest example.
Yeah, they've been solid. Really, the whole defense has been solid. Still pitching a shutout. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
Back to throw. Brooks. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
Looking to throw. Brooks. And the pressure gets to him again.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Hey, watch the slant.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Darren Lee picks it, and that will write a finish to this ball game. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the